Social roles are the invisible scripts we perform in every group we belong to: family, friendships, workplaces, online communities, even romantic partnerships. You become the funny one who lightens the mood, the helpful one who fixes everyone's problems, or the connector who keeps the network alive. These labels feel flattering at first. They give you a place, a purpose, and a predictable way to be liked. But they are also illusions, carefully constructed masks that people attach to instead of seeing the full, contradictory, sometimes messy human underneath. How the illusion forms. From the moment we enter a new social circle, people begin sorting us. It's efficient. Brains love patterns. One witty remark at a dinner party and suddenly you're the comedian. One time you stay late to help a colleague move and you're the reliable one. One successful introduction between two people and you're the networker. These roles are rarely assigned through deep conversation about your inner world. They emerge from a handful of memorable moments, then harden into expectations. The illusion is mutual. You start performing the role because it works, it earns approval, laughter, invitations, status. The group reinforces it with compliments: you always know how to cheer us up, and subtle punishments if you deviate. Why are you so quiet tonight? Over time, the performance becomes automatic. You may even begin to confuse the role with your identity: I am the funny one. But the role is only one slice of you. It leaves out your grief, your boredom, your need for silence, your changing ambitions, your moments of insecurity or anger. The conditional nature of these bonds. The cruel twist is that many people aren't bonding with you. They're bonding with the utility or entertainment value you provide. This becomes painfully clear when the role disappears or changes. The funny one goes through a depression. Jokes dry up. Suddenly the group texts slow down. Invitations become rare. The laughter that once surrounded you was never about your worth, it was about the dopamine hit you delivered. When the show stops, so does the audience. The helpful one hits burnout and says no for the first time. Requests for favors vanish, but so does the warmth. People who once called you their rock now seem vaguely annoyed or distant. The relationship was built on what you gave, not on mutual care. The connector stops organizing parties, introducing people, or keeping the group chat alive, maybe because of a move, a new baby, or simply exhaustion. The sprawling friend group they built keeps meeting without them. No one reaches out to ask how they're doing. The connector was the glue. Once the glue is gone, everyone assumes someone else will hold it together. This isn't always malice. Most people are simply operating on autopilot, relating to the familiar pattern rather than the evolving person. But the effect is the same: the bond proves fragile because it was never rooted in the whole self. Why we fall for it? We participate in the illusion because it feels safer than being fully seen. Full visibility is risky. What if the real you, quiet, ambitious, anxious, politically incorrect on some topics, spiritually uncertain, isn't as likable? The role offers a shortcut to belonging. It also protects others from discomfort. They don't have to navigate your complexity if they can slot you into a predictable box. Sociologically, this mirrors Erving Goffman's dramaturgical analysis: life is a stage, and we perform different characters depending on the audience. Psychologically, it's reinforced by conditional regard, love and acceptance that are tied to behavior rather than inherent worth. In childhood, many of us learned this pattern first: be the good student, be the peacemaker, don't rock the boat. We carry the template into adulthood. The hidden cost. Living inside these roles creates a particular kind of loneliness, the loneliness of being surrounded by people who think they know you but have never actually met you. You can have hundreds of friends and still feel profoundly unseen. Over years, this erodes self-trust. You start doubting your own desires: am I allowed to be serious today? And suppress parts of yourself that don't fit the script. The performance becomes exhausting because it requires constant emotional labor, monitoring the room, delivering the expected lines, hiding the parts that would break character. Life transitions expose the fragility most brutally: graduation, job loss, breakup, illness, parenthood, retirement, moving cities. When the context that supported your role dissolves, the relationships often dissolve with it. You realize that tribe was never built around you, it was built around the function you served within it. Breaking the spell. The way out is uncomfortable but liberating. It begins with radical self-honesty. Audit your roles. List every group you belong to and the part you play in each. Ask, what would happen if I stopped performing this tomorrow? The anxiety that surfaces is data. Practice selective vulnerability. You don't have to bare your soul to everyone at once. Start small, share a real struggle with one person who has shown they can handle complexity. Notice who leans in versus who changes the subject. Redefine your value. Shift from what do I provide to who am I when I'm not providing. This internal work is slow. Journaling, therapy, or even solitary reflection help separate the mask from the face beneath it. Seek and offer role-transcendent relationships. Look for people who are curious about your contradictions, the days you're funny and the days you're heavy. These relationships feel different, slower to form, more stable under pressure, less dependent on performance. They are rarer, but they are real. Allow others to change too. When someone who once played a role in your life steps out of it, resist the urge to guilt them. Model the acceptance you want. Not every relationship needs to be deep. Some people really are situational friends, and that's fine. The danger is mistaking situational bonds for unconditional ones. The goal isn't to reject all roles. Roles can be playful, useful, even joyful when chosen consciously. The goal is to stop letting them define you or determine your worth. When you stop performing and start showing up as the full, inconsistent, evolving person you actually are, two things happen. First, some relationships end, not dramatically, but with a quiet drifting. That stings, but it's honest. Second, the relationships that remain become astonishingly solid. They are built on mutual curiosity rather than mutual utility. You are liked or loved, not for the laughs you provide or the favors you deliver, but for the particular way your mind works, the values you hold, the way you stumble and keep going.